Farmers are done. The very people who helped put Donald Trump back in office, the ones that he would use as props at his whole I love the farmers photo ops, they're turning on him. Every single week, we hear from more farmers who are saying this economic program is a fiasco. These are not coastal liberals who decided to throw on some farmers' overalls. These are lifelong Republican farmers, many of whom voted for Donald Trump twice. And now they're saying it. He is destroying us. Here's an Illinois soybean farmer who says China should be buying our soybeans. They're not. This is a real problem.
We can't help but feel very anxious of wondering why it's taking so long to get this resolved.
Are you angry?
The farther we go into this season, the more we're going to lose. And China should have been buying our beans already, and they're not. It's like crickets.
Why isn't China buying the beans? Well, because Donald Trump's blanket tariffs have forced China not to do what Trump said they would do. Come crawling back. Please, sir, give me a trade deal. Could I have another? No, China's just getting their soybeans elsewhere. That's what they're doing at the end of the day. Here is another soybean farmer who says, we need a level playing field. The tariffs are making it an uneven playing field. And now you've got the Chinese going to Brazil for soybeans. Not exactly the winning that Donald Trump promised us.
What we need more than anything is access to markets on a level playing field, and that includes China. Right now, with the trade war and then the tariffs and retaliatory tariffs that have resulted, we're at about a 20% price disadvantage when it comes to what the Chinese have to pay for our soybeans versus the Brazilian soybeans. And the buyers there want our soybeans, and we need to sell them our soybeans.
Understand that the tariffs were sold to us to the extent, I don't think any of us bought it, but they were attempted to be sold to us as these are going to make us more competitive. This will make American companies, manufacturers, farmers, food growers, everybody will be more competitive thanks to the tariffs. But shouldn't we be listening to the people being affected by it? The soybean farmer is telling us the tariffs make us not competitive. They give us a 20% price disadvantage. These are not bleeding heart liberals that are saying this stuff. Here's one more. This is Illinois farmer Grant Senesac, who says the harvest is awesome. We've got soybeans coming out of our whatever, but the tariffs mean we're not going to be able to cover what it costs.
It sucks. We're going to have probably a record bean crop since I've started farming, and we're not going to get hardly anything for it. It's just kind of sad, and then when you're hearing about a check from the government, you're like, well, I want to be paid off of the job and the quality that I've done, not hoping for the best and thinking the best. It's one of those things where we wish we had record yields with high prices, so that way we don't have to get a bailout.
Let me explain what's happening here in the clearest possible terms. Farmers are not mad because they had a bad season. They're mad because they played by the rules. Trump changed the rules, and now they're getting screwed. He tore up the trade deals. He tanked export markets. And now he's talking about bailouts to farmers that are barely going to cover the actual losses. And the truth is, China and other soybean importers have moved on. They're moving on. They're doing something else. When Trump made American soybeans more expensive, Beijing didn't wait it out. Beijing didn't come crawling to Trump saying, give us a deal. They said, let's go to Brazil. Let's go to Argentina. Let's go to even smaller producers like Paraguay. And once those trade routes and relationships are built, they don't disappear. It's conceivable that even if the tariffs now went away, China would go, we got a good thing going with Brazil. We're doing fine. We're not going to rip up the Argentina deal because you guys now are having buyer's remorse on the tariffs and are going backwards. China's getting its soybeans. Global supply chains are adjusting. The world keeps turning. But our farmers are the ones that get screwed. So the battle of tariffs was framed by Trump as a battle to make America win again. And it just handed our export markets to competitors who were like, we're thrilled to step in. Of course, Brazil will make a deal with China. Of course, Argentina will. Brazil, by the way, now dominates global soybean exports. Farmers are profiting from the demand that used to come here to the United States. So China's going to be fine. Global buyers will be fine. Brazil will be thrilled. But it's American farmers paying the price for Donald Trump's tariffs. And it is not going to change, potentially, even if Trump backs off of the tariffs. He's created a real problem here. We've got a lot more coverage of these furious farmers on the YouTube channel. Make sure, if you're watching this clip on YouTube, that you're subscribed. And if you're listening, come on over to our YouTube channel where we have extensive coverage of this, youtube.com/The David Pakman Show.